We've got lovely people from one end of the country to the other, from U.S. and Canada, tuning in, right in the middle, out west. We've got everywhere. So thanks for being part of this wonderful Trad Friends community. Let's play the first tune. What do you say? It's a ancient old Irish jig. It used to be called the Gabby O, but it was the favorite tune of Thomas Jefferson. And as he went from town to town, campaigning for the election of 1800, fiddle players would meet him at the town and play his favorite tune, which now we call Jefferson Liberty. So it's fun to imagine that we do have a fiddling president in history, Thomas Jefferson, who loved to play the fiddle. He is on a $2 bill. Something you don't see every day. Here we go. 3 times around, everybody. Grab your trad instrument, your fiddle or your banjo or your mandolin or your guitar or your bodhrán or your whistle, whatever you're playing. Let's play Jefferson Liberty 3 times around. 1, 2, 1. From the top. One more time. For the fiddling president, Thomas Jefferson. That's a tune we call Jefferson and Liberty. A really good jiggy type of tune to start our session with today, I think. Gosh, hello everybody. We've got Gene there from Cape Cod and Russ Rentler, our good friend from Pennsylvania. That's great. So I appreciate all these comments. Don't forget, I'll be looking at them all up close and personal after the session, and I'll add a few comments of my own. I hope everybody's doing good here on this 3rd day of June, a sleepy, dusty Delta day. It's not a Delta day here in Chattanooga. It's a mountainy kind of day, but we got some good weather, and hope everything's good for you guys out there too. Lots of good tunes coming your way here in this hour. Half of them are Irish and the other half are American old-time tunes that I picked from our giant book of tunes, the old Tom Morley Play Along Play Tune book. Mine's about this thick now. I know some of you guys even have collected so many. I mean, I think I've shared about 500 tunes now. through all of our sessions. Always free, always coming right to you in my newsletter emails, and for you to collect and add to your collection. And of course, last week we celebrated the 2000th tune that I'd shared since we started this all in March of 2020. So it's crazy. I would have never been able to look ahead in time in the future and imagine I'd still be sharing tunes, and so many of you would be tuning in and enjoying the tunes. Well, let's keep going here. What do you say? This next tune is a funny, fun tune. It's an old-timey tune called "The Grasshopper Sittin' on a Sweet Potato Vine" is the name of it. I learned this from a local guitarist here in Chattanooga, Bobby Burns, who's also the guitarist in our in the bluegrass band I play with here in Chattanooga. And he's a fine fiddle player as well as a guitarist, and he made a recording of this that I really enjoyed. This is an old-timey tune that actually doesn't go so fast. So the first one we're going to do here, we'll play it at just a nice medium clip and give it a little bit of a lilt. And you can almost hear, as you play the tune, you can hear words to it. Oh, the grasshopper sitting on a sweet potato vine, the grasshopper sitting on a sweet potato vine. So you can imagine kind of old-timey words to go with this tune. So this is a great one for fiddlers. Let's give it a shot here. What do you say? In the key of D. 1, 2. Let's get that old grasshopper. fun tune, isn't it? Very melodic. Good old-timey tune called "The Grasshopper Sittin' on a Sweet Potato Vine." Now, that's a local tune. Of course, once again, I learned that from a local musician. And while most Irish tunes are kind of universal, I know there's thousands of them out there, but once you learn a good repertoire of them, you could travel to any Irish pub or meet up with Irish musicians anywhere around the world, really, and you would all have that shared repertoire. The old-timey repertoire and the whole world of old-timey tunes is a whole different ball of wax, and there are tunes that are popular in different regions, and there's some tunes that have the same name but sound very different depending on where you are. So it's a lot harder to work up, I think, a repertoire of old-time tunes, American breakdowns, and still think that you might meet up with other musicians in other parts of the country that know the tunes. But anyway, that's our first tune. That's about a grasshopper, and the next tune is about a groundhog, and that's a new tune that I'm going to introduce here. It's called "The Devil Ate the Groundhog" is the name of the tune, and a student taught this to me many years ago who went to a summer camp, a fiddle camp, and came back, and this is the tune that they had learned there. I had never heard it before, but it's an interesting tune, and it's very mellow. While most American tunes are up there on the A string and the E string, this is down in the G string with a lot of G string melodies to start with, and the whole tune really never goes above notes on your A string, so it's one of the more mellow tunes I ever heard. I looked it up. I tried to find out what I could about it. Couldn't find a whole lot, but supposedly it got the name. "Devil Ate the Groundhog" would be some old fella who'd trapped himself a groundhog and skinned it and was gonna make some stew, I guess, or have it for a meal, and his dog stole it instead. And so the idea is that his dog was the devil and he ate the groundhog. But here we go. Let's give this tune a try. Way down there, way down low. Time, a little speedier. Here's that "Devil Ate the Groundhog." Tune for you, a brand new tune today called "The Devil Ate the Groundhog, Devil Ate the Groundhog." Once again, just like the Grasshopper tune there, you can kind of say the name of it and turn it into a way to remember how that tune goes. All right, we've got Marcus coming to us from Florida. Thanks. Christy's out there, and just all our friends. Paula, right down the road. She's also joining us. So hope you like this mix of tunes. One more old-timey tune. This one has Scottish roots. So yeah, I think it was a Celtic melody first, and then kind of adapted by American fiddlers over the decades and maybe the centuries. It's called Campbell's Farewell to Red Gap, and it has 3 distinct parts to it. But it sounds quite Celtic and quite Scottish as soon as you start playing it, I think. And I know it's a favorite tune of some of the trad friends out there, and it's a good one. I think you could probably play this at an Irish session as well, and people would join in. Let's have some fun with the Campbell's Farewell. That's a favorite of some of you trad friends out there. The Campbell's Farewell to Red Gap. Yeah, that is a fun tune to play, and I enjoy that one a lot. So glad to share that one with you today. Yes, indeed. Fran is telling everybody, since we brought up the devil, and of course the devil is associated with the fiddle in a lot of ways, of course. Many centuries ago, it was known as the devil's box. as a nickname because it would get people dancing and singing and drinking. The fiddle player would, and he was considered, making people do sinful things because he knew how to play the fiddle. So I think that's pretty cool. The Mobile Opera, yes, back when I lived in Fairhope, Alabama, and performed with the Mobile Opera and symphonies there. I did have a actual part in The Devil and Daniel Webster, a contemporary opera. I didn't play the devil. Fran's wrong about that. I played a fiddle player who was there from the very beginning of the opera and played a variety of tunes. And then the devil shows up, and I give him my fiddle and get out of the way. I did have a variety of lines that made me nervous as could be. I had to say stuff like tarnation, and I still remember some of the words that I had to say. Also, I had to play a trick at the beginning of the opera. I had to play good fiddle tunes, and I had a guitarist with me, and we played a lot of fun fiddle tunes to get the actual opera going and as people were coming in. But when I handed the fiddle to the devil, he was going to scratch it and make it sound horrible. So I had a trick where I had a student violin back behind one of the stage props. And while nobody was watching, I traded out my good violin that I had been playing for a very cheap student violin, so that when I handed it to the devil, I didn't have to worry about if he'd heard it or not. So all kinds of interesting things that Fran's made me think of. Hey, I see Mary Calvin out there in Fairhope, and I hope you're doing well, Mary. She's one of the most loyal of all TRAD friends. I heard that there was a tornado that touched down on Saturday in Fairhope, and I hope you were okay and it didn't come your way. Julie Zamudio there in Oregon, wonderful to see Julie, and I'm going to wish her a happy birthday early. It's tomorrow, I know. Happy birthday a day early to Julie Zamudio there. And I hope you have a good one. And I'll be thinking of you for sure. And my mom and dad just signed in there. And, they like those tunes about grasshoppers. Yes, indeed. Okay. And Susan Horn is out there too. Good to see all of you guys. It's wonderful to have you. And here we are on our 186th tune session together since March 2020. Like I said, last week we celebrated the 2000th tune that I played, so now we're into the 2000s, and I can say I've played thousands and thousands of tunes for you guys. How about that? That's just crazy. All right, the next tune we're going to play, let's go back to a couple Irish tunes. You remember I was so excited about the Bothy Band concert and documentary show that you can watch on the Irish websites, the Irish TV websites. This is one of the famous Bothy Band tunes. It's an Irish jig called Old Hag, You Have Killed Me. And in fact, it was also the name of one of their albums. Are you ready? Let's play this crazy little crooked jig. time. Yes, that's a great tune. I've noticed how there's a whole set of jigs. They're mostly jigs, and they're all the hag with the money, the hag's purse. There's a variety of tunes, and they're all about hags or old crone women, I guess is what that refers to. And they're almost all in the unique key of D mixolydian, which means the next to last note is a half step lower. And it gives every tune that's about a hag kind of a crooked sound. And right the very first measure of Old Hag You Have Killed Me. So yeah, the hag with the churn. I think I've shared that one with you guys before. Yeah, Marcus's. But yeah, all of these hag tunes seem to be in this kind of bluesy, crooked sounding key with the seventh pitch set down a half a step instead of up where it belongs. Well, anyway, that's why a lot of those tunes sound so unique, I'm pretty sure. Well, let's play one more tune, and then I know Fran's going to stop by the old office here and let me see where everybody's coming in from today. We've got so many trad friends watching. Mark's out there too, from right around the bend here in Chattanooga. All right, guys, here's a hornpipe for the day. Don't think I've played one in a while. An Irish hornpipe called the Stack of Barley. Hey, we all have to love a stack of barley, right? It could be made into Irish whiskey. So we want to enjoy and appreciate a tune about a stack of barley, right? Hey, Janice, that's okay. It's your first time you were tuned in late. That's okay. The cool thing, of course, is everybody knows that all of my play-along sessions here on Facebook, I do keep them archived, and I keep the recordings, and you can scroll back and watch any Monday play-along session I've ever done. If you had enough patience to scroll back 4 years of my Facebook posts and stop by on each Monday, and there I'd be with the entire hour-long session. But anyway, it's nice if you miss the first couple minutes after we're done here, you can visit the video and play along then. All right, so I digress. But here we go with the Stack of Barley. We're going to do it 2 times around. It's a good hornpipe with 2 really lovely melodies in the A and B section that don't repeat. They're brand new, fresh melodies, so it makes it a neat tune to memorize and play. All right, here we go, everybody. 1, the Stack of Barley. 1, 2, 3. Irish hornpipe called the Stack of Barley. Oh, look who's stopping by the old office. It's Fran.
I feel like a special guest on, I don't know, Captain Kangaroo.
Look
or
who
something.
just came into the playhouse.
or Mr. Rogers, he used to do that.
Pee-wee's
right?
Playhouse, right? You can
Or
say,
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Who's
Tom's
here?
Playhouse. Well,
yes,
anyway,
we got some.
I have a list of I have a list of states here. I'm going to crouch down a little bit, and Tom is going to read them off. So there you go.
Gosh,
honey.
this is so much fun. And of course, I know so many of the TRAD friends these days. From now on, as soon as I see their name,
That's right.
I know where they're tuning in from. But we do have people from Washington, Oregon, Florida, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Alabama.
Oops, Minnesota.
Two Minnesotas, that's okay. North Carolina, Massachusetts, right here in good old Tennessee, Colorado, Montana, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Indiana, California, Utah, Arizona, and Nova Scotia.
And I think Arizona, that might be that's a new
Tucson,
viewer
right?
tonight.
We have a viewer from Tucson. That is so cool. I mean, it's neat to imagine everybody just spread out all over the United States watching and playing along. It's so much fun.
It is.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Well, thanks,
All right.
Fran.
Okay,
Thanks
so
for
that's
keeping track.
our viewer roundup new version for tonight.
And so, is Meg out there keeping track?
Meg was in the living room with me for a while, sitting there, just kind of listening. You know, she's chill with it.
Okay.
As long as she doesn't have to see it, I guess. I don't know. And then now she's gone out on the screen porch.
Oh, well, that's her
can't
domain.
compete with that.
No. Nobody can. I'll have to
All
do
right.
the play-along session from the screen porch if we ever want to see Meg.
That's an idea.
Yes, yes it is.
Play some more good tunes.
I
See you
will,
later,
I will.
everybody.
All right, thanks, Fran. Appreciate it. There you go, executive producer of the show, Fran Morley. And couldn't hardly do it without her, and she also keeps those comments running. So I look forward to seeing all your comments when I'm done with the show. St. Louis, too. We've got Meet Me in St. Louis. So we've got Kathy there, and once again, Franco. Good to see our good friend Franco. And Georgia. Did we mention Georgia? Maybe we didn't mention Georgia. People forget that up there on Lookout Mountain, you don't have to drive too far before you're actually in Georgia, not in Tennessee anymore. So, all right. Well, folks, let's play another tune. Let's play a few more Irish ones before we go back and finish up with some old-timey tunes. Merrily Kiss the Quaker's Wife. Here's a tune, a jig that I have loved for many, many years. I always enjoy playing. It's got 3 parts to it, so let's have fun and play all 3 of those parts. 1. Merrily Kiss the Quaker's Wife, a great pub session tune. That really gets everybody going when you play that one, and so many other good jigs go along with that. And of course, back in the day when I was a performing fiddle player with my band Mithril, we used to do that tune and really have a lot of fun with it as well. Okay, let's say hi to a latecomer, Tom Faison's out there from Calera, Alabama, and he stopped by, so nice to see you too. So many TRAD friends dropping by and keeping this hour going, and of course it's because you guys keep tuning in and playing along that I keep doing it for you. So who'd have guessed? Let's play a pretty one here. Here's an O'Carolan tune that I haven't played in quite a while. This is from my Irish Trad fiddle book. It's called Blind Mary, and of course Turlough O'Carolan, he was a harp player who lived in the late 1600s, early 1700s, and he had become blind himself after contracting smallpox as a teenager. It was a profession and a tradition for folks who had a disability like that to learn to play an instrument to help generate money, and it certainly made a wonderful life for Turlough O'Carolan. And his teacher, who he wrote this tune for, was also a blind harp player. So, and that's why it's got the name Blind Mary. Let's give it a play. What do you say? A couple times around. It's such a beautiful tune. Maybe second or third time around. For Russ, I'll add a few harmony double stops in my inimitable fashion. Here we go. Blind Mary. 2, 3. Beautiful, beautiful melody. So many wonderful Turlough O'Carolan melodies. What would he think if we knew how much we still love his melodies today? Such a great thing. We'll send that out to Julie for her birthday tomorrow because she loves that tune so very much. I do not blame her. Once again, that tune is from my book, Learn to Play Irish Trad Fiddle. This is a book that I've had published, self-published, and had available for many years. It's been a really big seller, regular seller at Charm Music over the years, and I know each and every one of you trad friends has it. There's been I'd like to remind everybody that those of us out there, self-published folks who hope they can put their books in people's hands, there's been a lot of chatter today. I certainly noticed it because I see a lot of the Irish trad posts out there. There's somebody out there, a very generous, wonderful person who is giving away their book that has 1,001 tunes in it, Irish tunes, and all kinds of information and details and stuff on how to play them and ornamentation and everything, just kind of like my book, but they're giving it away for free. And it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. I don't know how a person can be so generous, but it kind of worries me. Folks who are out there trying to sell their books, why bother doing that if you can get it for free, right? I did look at the new book, and one thing I'll say that my book has some official great bowings that help every fiddle player out there to do tunes and make them sound authentically Irish, where these other books, not just this new one that's being talked about, but all over the place, seldom have good bowings for fiddle players. So that's one thing I still stand behind, and hope folks find it's worth their hard-earned money to go ahead and get. All right. Well, anyway, I'm sure I'll find some tunes in that book because I downloaded it too, and who's not going to do that? And if there's 1,001 in there, we're all going to find some interesting tunes to play. All right. Well, that's the end of my paid political announcement there. Let's go back and play two more tunes here to finish out the hour. Two old-timey tunes. This one is a newish old-timey tune. Many old-time tunes are very old, 100 years old or more. Steve Rosen, an old-time musician in the Chicago area, wrote this tune, and it instantly became popular. It's called Nail That Catfish to a Tree. Here we go. Old-timey style. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Tree is the name of that tune. What a good old tune that one is, that's for sure. Hey, before it's too late, let me remind you that next Monday, June 10th, that's the second Monday of the month, and I think most of you know what that means. I will not be on Facebook. I'll be traveling into Chattanooga to meet up with my local players and share some tunes with them live in person. So no session next Monday, the 10th, but then I should be back. A lot of things can happen in 2 weeks, but my plan is to be back on the 17th of June and share more tunes with you then, and also on the 24th. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that that'll be a wonderful day to meet up with you on the 17th of June. Okay? Let's finish out here with Kitchen Girl. This is an old-timey tune, breakdown, first played by a fiddle player named Henry Reed. And this one is unique because it's a major in the first half and minor in the second. Very cool tune. Here we go. Top. Time. Here we go. Let's do it. Another hour has flown by, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for joining me for tunes today from coast to coast and there in Nova Scotia too. Don't forget that you can send a donation my way. Please consider sending me a donation at paypal.me/IrishTradFiddle. And you playing with my dinosaurs, Fran? Those are my toys. No, they're scientific models. Don't forget they're not toys at all.
That's how he gets away with buying them.
That's right. Yes, they're for scientific purposes. You bought me the shirt, so
I did.
I got a lot of compliments on that today. All right. Well, thanks a bunch, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Have a good 2 weeks. I'll see you on the 17th. Okay? We'll see you then. Bye for now.